Hi everyone, hope you all are good. We are here for grade 6 math. You can find all the lessons on aplusstudents.com. You have to log in there using your email address and password as provided by the administrator. Then you have to select math from the subject tab, scroll down to grade 6 and then click on view all lessons. There you can find a list of the chapters. We're going to start with the chapter fractions and mixed numbers. So please make sure you have your notebook and pencil so that you can note down the important examples and definitions as well. Okay, here I'm on grade 6 math. We're going to start with the lesson that is convert between improper fractions and mixed numbers. Right? 1 whole 3 over 4 as an improper fraction. How do we write? You have two ways to write 1 whole 3 by 4 as an improper fraction, right? The first one is you have to simply understand the fraction first. This is the whole number, this is the numerator, and this is the denominator, right? You have to multiply whole number times denominator. You need to add numerator and the denominator is same, right? You have to 1 times 4, you have to multiply these two numbers, and this one you have to add. 4 times 1 is 4 and 3, that is 7 over 4. So 1 whole 3 by 4 is equal to 7 over 4, right? The other way is you have 1 as a whole number, right? Multiply the 1 with the denominator. The denominator is 4, right? 1 by 1, and 1 times 4 divided by 4 times 1 times 4, right? That equals 4 by 4. So you have to add 4 by 4 and 3 by 4. That equals 7 over 4. So both way the answer is exactly same. The concept is a bit different, right? You can use the method you can find easy, right? Let's just start with the practice questions. You can have a look on the tutorial by yourself because they are already solved. Okay, 2 whole 1 over 8. So let's just use the method that is used in the tutorial. You have to write 2 by 2 and multiply and divide it by the denominator. That is 16 over 16, right? You have to add, no, you have to write the denominator 1. That would be 16 over 8. 16 over 8 plus 1 over 8. 16 plus 1 is 17 over 8. You don't have to change the denominator actually, right? Hold on. That is 2 over 1, right? You don't have any denominator. That means the denominator is 1. Just multiply it with the 8. That is 16 over 8. So you have 16 by 8 for the whole number. Add the fractional part. That is 1 over 8. So the answer is 17 over 8. Got it? The correct option is 17 over 8. Option number 1 is the correct option. Okay, the next one is 1 whole 1 over 6. So which is the correct option? The whole number is 1, right? You can write it as 1 over 1. Multiply it by the denominator. That is 6 over 6. To add 6 by 6 and the fractional part. So that would be 7 over 6 it is. The correct option is 7 over 6. The correct option is 7 over 6. Write 10 whole 4 by 5 as an improper fraction. So which is the correct option? So the whole number is 10, right? You can write the whole number as 10 over 1. Multiply it by the 5. That is 50 over 5, right? So just add 50 by 5 and 4 by 5. So which is the correct option? The correct option is 54 over 5. That is 54 by 5, right? Option number 2 is the correct option. The next one is 2 whole 1 by 10, which is the correct option. The correct option is the correct option is 21 over 10. Option number 1 is the correct option. Very good. Write 13 by 12 as a mixed number. Now you have to write 13 by 12 as a mixed number. So how do we write? You have to simply divide 13 by 2, right? Just divide by long division method. 2 times 6 is 12 and 13 take away 12 is 1. You have the remainder 1. That is the whole number. That would be the numerator and that would be the denominator. That is 6 whole 1 over 2. The correct option is 6 whole 1 over 2, right? Option number 2 is the correct option. Write 1 whole 3 by 4 as an improper fraction, which is the correct option. correct option is, that is 7 over 4 is the correct option, right? The correct option is 7 over 4. The correct option is, that is 58 over 9. The correct option is 58 over 9. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let me just move on to next lesson. Okay, the next lesson is convert between decimals and fractions or mixed numbers. Let's just start with the lesson. Okay, write 8.1 as a mixed number in simplest form. You have to write 8.1 as a mixed number, right? You have 8.1. So 8 is the whole number. You have to write in mixed number form, right? Point 1 means just remove the decimal point. How do we remove? You have to add 1 for the decimal point, and after the decimal point, you have only one digit. So that would be 1 over 10. So that is 8 whole 1 over 10, right? Because you have to add 1 for the decimal point, and you have to add a 0 because you have only one number right after the decimal. So that would be 8 whole 1 over 10. The correct option is 8 whole 1 over 10. The next example is write 3 by 5 as a decimal number. So, how do we write 3 by 5 as decimal? You have to make the denominator 10. 5 times 2 is 10. So, multiply the numerator and denominator by 10. So, that would be 6 out of 10. The correct option is 6 over 10, and you can write it as 0.6. Let's just start with the practice questions. Write 0.5 as a fraction in simplest form. You have to write it as a fraction, right? So the fraction means you need to remove the decimal point, right? How do we remove the decimal point? You have 0.5, right? Add 1 as you remove the decimal point, add 1 in the denominator, right? And you have only one digit, so that would be 5 over 10, right? You can write it in simplest form. Divide them by the greatest common number, that would be 5. 5 times 1 is 5, 5 times 2 is 10. The correct option is 1 over 2. The correct option is 1 over 2. The correct option is 1 over 2. Write 8.4 as a mixed number in simplest form. Okay, let's just see how do we write. Okay, you have 8.4. Remove the decimal point, right? Just consider it because 8 is the whole number, zero point 0.4. When you, that is zero point 0.4, that would be 4 out of 10. So that is 8 whole, or you can write here. That is 8, 0.4. When you remove the decimal point, that would be 4 out of 10, right? And when you convert 4 by 10 into simplest form, you have to divide by the greatest common number, that is 2 over 5. So the answer is 8 whole 2 over 5. Got it? The correct option is 8 whole 2 over 5. The correct option is 8 whole 2 over 5. Okay, the next one is write 4 whole 3 by 4 as a decimal number. So which is the correct option? Okay, you have to 3 over 4 is the fractional part, right? Convert it into decimal number. You have to make the denominator equal to 100. So 4 times 25 is 100. Multiply both numerator and denominator by 100. That would be 75 over 100. And you can write 75 over 100 as 0.75. The whole number is 4, so that is 4.75. The correct option is 4.75. The correct option is 4.75. Write 0.25 as a fraction in simplest form, which is the correct option. Just remove the decimal point, right? And then convert it into simplest form. 0.25, that is 25 by 100. You have to add 1 for the decimal point, and right after decimal point you have two digits. So you have to now convert it into simplest form by dividing it by the greatest common factor. 25 by 25 is 1, and that is 1 over 4. The correct option is 1 over 4. Okay, the next, let's just, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let me just move on to next lesson, right? The next lesson is, the next lesson is compare fractions word problems. Let's just start with the lesson. Okay, let's just start with the first question. At Brina's pizza place, 5 by 8 of the pizzas sold were pepperoni. At Lina's pizza, 6 by 7 of the pizzas sold were pepperoni. Which pizza sold a greater fraction of pepperoni pizza? You have to see which fraction is greater, right? You are given two of the fractions, they are 5 over 8 and 6 over 7. You have to see the greater fraction. So 5 by 8 and 6, the easiest way to compare is convert the decimal to percentage, right? How do we convert? 5 by 8 means divide 5 by 8 and multiply by 100. So when you divide 5 by 8 and multiply by 100, the answer is 62.5%. That's for 5 by 8. Now do the same for 6 by 7. Divide 6 by 7 and multiply by 100. That's 85.714. Now compare the percentages. Obviously 85 is greater. That means 6 by 7 is greater than 5 over 8. Right? That is the way to compare the fractions. Convert them into the percentage form. Let's just start with the practice question. So far, Ella has compared half of her research assignment. Mira has finished one sixth of her research assignment. Who has finished a greater fraction of her research assignment, 1 by 2 or 1 by 6? So the simple way is convert them into fractional, into percentage form, right? 1 divided by 2 is 0.5, and 0.5 times 100 is 50% it is. Do the same thing for 1 by 6. 1 by divided by 6 is 0.16, and 0.16 times 100 is 16%. So which is more? The correct option is 50% is greater, right? That means Ella has completed more research assignment than Veera. The correct option is Ella because Ella have done 50% and Veera have done just 16%. So the correct option is Ella. Recently, half of the items sold at Whitney's Sporting Goods were basketball caps, and Megan's Sport one-fourth of the items sold were baseball caps. Which store sold a greater fraction of the basketball cap? Yes, half 1 by 2 is greater than 1 by 4, right? That means Whitney Sporting Goods sold is the greater fraction. The correct option is Whitney Sporting Goods. At Bella's farm, 1/10 of the animals are pig. At Anita's ranch, 9/10 of the animals are pig. At which farm are a greater fraction of the animals pig? Which is the correct option? The correct option is 9 out of 10, right? 1 out of 10 means you have total 10 animals, one of them is pig. And 9 out of 10 means you have total 10 animals and 9 of them are pigs. So Anita's ranch has greater fraction of pigs, right? Yesterday, half of the flights at Adams Country Airport were delayed. At Monroe Country Airport, 9/10 of the flights were delayed. Which airport had a high fraction of delayed flights? Which is the correct option? That is 9 out of 10 is greater than half, right? 9 out of 10 means you have out of 10, 9 flights were delayed. That means Monroe Country Airport has more delayed flights than Adams Country Airport, right? Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let me just move on to next lesson. And the next lesson is fractions and mixed numbers review. Let's just start with the lesson. What fraction does the number line show? So you can see the number line between 0 and 1, and you have four segments: one, two, three, four, right? And the one that is green is the third one out of the four. That means the point shows 3 out of 4. Let's just start with the test questions. Had fraction of the ducks are What fraction of the ducks are blue? Which is the correct option? You have three ducks are blue out of 10, so that would be 3 out of 10. The correct option is option number 1, that is 3 out of 10. Got it? Option number 1 is the correct option. What fraction of the triangle prisms are purple? Which is the correct option? That is 2 out of 3. You have two of them are purple, the total were 3, so R3, that would be 2 out of 3. What fraction of the number line what fraction does the number line shows? Which is the correct option? You have four portions on the number line, right? And the purple is the first one. That would be 1 out of 4. The correct option is 1 out of 4. Option number 1 is the correct option. What fraction does the number line show? That is 2 out of 5. The correct option is 2 out of 5. What fraction of the number line show? What fraction does the number line show? That would be 1 out of 2. The correct option is 1 out of 2. What fraction of the tubs are orange? Which is the correct option? One out of three it is. What fraction of the teapots are green? That would be 6 out of 10 or 3 out of 5. The correct option is option number 1. That is 6 out of 10 and 3 out of 5. What fraction of the teapots are red? Which is the correct option? That would be 2 out of 10. The correct option is 2 out of 10 or 1 out of 5 is the correct option. This is 1 out of 5, not 1 by 15, right? What fraction of the spheres are blue? Which is the correct option? That would be 1 out of 4. The correct option is 1 out of 4. What fraction of the hats are blue? Which is the correct option? That is 3 out of 4, right? Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. So, we were working on grade 6 math. Chapter we were working on is fractions and mixed numbers. The lessons we have covered today are convert between improper fractions and mixed numbers, convert between decimals and fractions or mixed numbers, compare fraction word problems, fractions and mixed number reviews, right? So please make sure before the next session you can complete all the practice questions for the lessons we did today. That is your homework until next session, right? So if you need more help with any of the lesson, you can contact any tutor on the Skype. They are available from Monday to Friday 5 to 9, or either you can join me in my interactive session. That would be daily from 4 to 5 and from 9 to 10. So that's all for today. If you have any questions, related to the lessons we have just finished. You can please ask questions if you have any. No questions? Okay, that's all for today. See you in the next session. Bye, everyone.